here's the last of our first batch of our Caleb Quay interview. We're still going through it. I think we're about halfway through it right now. But we got another clip, and this one, two very well-known people in the music industry. First, we talk about Cat Stevens, who Caleb Quay, our special guest, played with way back in the early days. And remember, Caleb was there in the early days for Elton John, right up until Madman Across the Water, and then Rock of the Westies and Blue Moves. He went on to Hall & Oates, and he's played with so many different people throughout the years. He was a member of Hookfoot. The new documentary is called Louder Than Rock. It's on YouTube now if you want to watch it. But in this one, we talk about him working for a good meal with Cat Stevens and the two sides of a radio legend. He was also on TV and film, Wolfman Jack. Wolfman, when he was not on camera, was a very different guy. Caleb Quay will talk about that on Rock History Music. So you gave Cat Stevens free studio time and you got a free meal?
Yeah. Yeah. Just like in the, his dad, they lived down the street from the studio. Yeah. Had a restaurant down there.
That acoustic kind of like James Taylor, Cat Stevens back then, that was really coming to the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of his music? Cat Stevens.
Oh, he had some great stuff. Oh, yeah. Cat Stevens had some great stuff. I still remember his first, at least in England, a song he did that caught everybody's attention was a song called Matthew and Son. It's great. It was great, ahead of its time, just different, unique, And what was the other one he did? Morning is Broken. A song called Morning is Broken.
Do I remember correctly? Did Kenny Passarelli not play with him after
He did do some. I think he played on an album with him.
Yeah, it just came to me now. I thought, in the latter Yosef Islam stage.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, well, you got a free meal, and I'm happy for you on that. So Wolfman Jack was very different on and off the air, huh?
You like that story?
Well, I'm a broadcaster, 40-year broadcaster, right?
You can relate, yeah.
What does he sound like when he wasn't on the air?
Just like a normal guy. Just a regular guy, I mean, it was Jekyll and Hyde, we're sat there, he's got the microphone, and we're, you join yourself over here, yeah, great, your hotel, everything fine, yeah. Fine, you find your way here, okay, fine. And then he's looking at the clock counter, okay, hang on a second, 1, 2, 3. And then he was started doing his Wolfman thing right there, right next to me. It was hilarious.
We always, when we were, doing the thing, we were always trying to do something. I find your story coming from a long line of alcoholics from my father's side. I find your story. There's that thing. You get lost in the woods. People get lost, like that Hall & Oates birthday event, right?
Oh, yeah.
I love that story. People get lost in the woods, and they'll always say things like, and there's a lot of mother statements people put in, like going, when did I stop using this thing that worked? When I'm lost and I didn't even know I was lost. But all those kind of things where you're going, where you'll lose yourself and you don't even know. For how long do you think you were in those woods before you started, by the time you heard that voice? How long do you think it was? Like, when did you think you started losing yourself to a point where you didn't know you were losing yourself? Or did you know you were being lost?
That's a good question. It most probably was, it was during the Hall & Oates period.
Yeah.
And the thing with, which I think I tried to explain in the movie, it's like when we were touring with Elton, those 2 years, 75 and 76, it's like we were at the top of Mount Everest. Elton John was the biggest thing on the planet at the time. It was the show to go to see. It was a 4-hour show with a 20-minute intermission, and it was absolutely dynamite, And to come off of that, to have the rug pulled, like they did at Madison Square Garden, 20 minutes before we went on the platform, all of a sudden it's over. That's a tough adjustment to make, because when you're in that kind of a position, you're far removed from reality or normalcy of life, So that was a tough one. So we went and played with Hall and Oates, and it was good, but it wasn't like Elton. It wasn't that, It was a lot different, We did a good job, but it was just a whole different vibe. And it was during those couple of years with Hall and Oates, I started to get very depressed. And it was like, what's going on? Where are we going from here? Started to ask questions. Had a lot of questions.
We'll have more from Caleb Quaye coming up tomorrow. Remember, his documentary is available on YouTube. The link to it, it's a great documentary, is in the description of this video. Remember, if you want to support the channel, there are many ways you can do that. You can subscribe to our channel, of course, share our videos, comment on them, like them. There are links in the description where you can make a donation or join our Patreon. Spread the word, baby. We'd love that. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music. Take care of yourself.